the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy and life-giving Spirit. Reverend Fathers, dear Alex, members of the Kosovo Choir who have gathered here today, and all of those who are here present. It is indeed my distinct honor, pleasure, and privileged joy on this day to be able to say a few words on the occasion when we bless the bust of the great Serbian scientist Milutin Milankovic. As you can see on the pedestal which is adorned with his bust, he was born in 1879 and he reposed in 1958. Rightfully so, it is written here beneath his image that he is known amongst all else for two remarkable scientific accomplishments. One is that he will indeed be proven, and already is being proven, as the one and only scientist in history who was able to figure out how climate change works and why we were at one time subject to an ice age. So much so that UNESCO, under the auspices of the United Nations, has already had 2 symposia which have been devoted to his memory and to his works, now acclaiming him as the author indeed of the climate change theory. Harvard University is now gathering all of his research in order to publish it so that the entire world will know that he is the one person who figured out climate change and the coming of the ice age, and his theories are going to be exceedingly relevant for all of us in future times and ages to come, as we are constantly subject to the same phenomenon in nature. He was indeed a great scientist, and I think it is good to know where this entire theory began. He was imprisoned during World War I by the Austrians, and he was put into a prison cell that was exceedingly small. While incarcerated, he took with him his notes, a pen, and a good amount of paper. He sat in his cell and he looked around and he closed his eyes and he said, "Now I must, in my mind, transform this very small prison cell, which has nothing but wrought iron gates and one very small bed, into the universe. The entire cosmos must be here present with me." And so he began to develop his theory, develop his work, and history and time have proven him to be exceedingly correct in all that he did. He is proof positive that anyone who chooses to set his mind to accomplish anything that he so desires can do so if he has sufficient amount of faith in God and in the abilities in which God has given him. Secondly, he is known in history, especially in the Orthodox Church, and the world will soon discover this secret of his as well, for having developed the one and only calendar which comes as close to perfection as possible. He took the old Julian calendar, which was put together in 33 BC by the request of Julius Caesar, used by a number of Orthodox churches, and the Gregorian calendar, and he decided to do scientific research and to figure out the problem with the leap year cycles. And he realized how many cycles had to be dropped out of each calendar in order to bring them to precision. And so he developed his calendar, which is known in history as the Bosphorus calendar. He did this in 1923 and presented it to a pan-Orthodox gathering in Constantinople. At that time, that calendar was accepted by all Orthodox churches, however, not implemented by all Orthodox churches due to a number of historical circumstances and at that time, present-day circumstances which could not allow for the same. His calendar is indeed so perfected that it loses but 1/18th of a second annually, and therefore for the next 600 years will remain thoroughly unchanged. As the world is discovering his theory on climate change and holding symposia, so also one day we can stand proudly as we stand today and know that it was a Serbian, it was a scientist, it was a man of faith who put together this calendar of his, the Bosphorus calendar, and we as Serbians will take the lead, but together with all Orthodox Christians, to say, yes, this is what a man of knowledge and a man of faith can indeed accomplish. I take advantage of this opportunity to thank, first and foremost, Alex Machevsky, not only for reviving the Serbian cultural gardens here at Gordon Park in Cleveland, Ohio, but for taking the time with many people helping him to analyze the accomplishments of Serbian scientists, Serbian thinkers, religious leaders, philosophers, and poets in order to have them represented here through their busts and become memorialized in this park. It is right and fitting that we should also bless each and every monument, for the blessing of a monument is a way that we in the Orthodox Church remember somebody, and we always teach according to our faith. If we sing Vječnaya Pamjat, or memory eternal, that person who is the subject of our love will never die, because his memory has been, as the subject of our love and our respect, committed to God's holy memory. May Milutin's memory be eternal. I thank you all for gathering here this day, not only to witness this remarkable occasion, this incredible presentation of the bust of Milutin Milankovic and its blessing, but with your presence, with your amen, to be part of this holy rite on this day. I thank the Kosovo Men's Choir, directed by Dr. Rick Živić, for responding to this brief ceremony, all of the clergy that have gathered here, because you have indeed come together as one. And our unity, as those four C's symbol at the very entrance of this garden, is the most precious commodity given to us by God. Živi bili, najljubljeni, Bog vas blagočuvio, čuvao i štitio, i hvala vam od sveg srca za sve što činite na dobrobit našeg srpskog naroda ovde u Clevelandu i iz Clevelanda širom sveta. Amin. Živeli.